In a city carved into the rugged mountains and sun-drenched plains, Guadalajara's pulse beat in paradoxes, duty and brutality intertwined under relentless sun. Its streets hummed with life, mariachi melodies spilling from open windows, vendors shouting in a chorus of commerce, neon lights flickering like distant stars in a sea of chaos. But beneath that lively surface lay a darker undercurrent, a web of shadows spun by those who thrived on the chaos, drawing strength from fear and debt. Detective Jack Rains had known that shadow too well, an American cop who left behind the cold, snowbound streets of Montana. He now searched relentlessly for the Lobo Verde, a cartel kingpin whose influence sprawled from the depths of the jungles in Chiapas to the opulent clubs of Tijuana. His pursuit was driven by a mixture of worn-out duty and a personal quest. 10 years ago, his brother disappeared into these streets, swallowed by the darkness. That night, amid whispers swirling like fog, Jack stood atop a crumbling rooftop overlooking the sprawling cityscape, the silhouette of the cathedral tower piercing the haze. His eyes, sharp and weary, caught the faint flicker of a distant convoy, telltale sign that the cartel's latest shipment was imminent. His phone buzzed softly, a burner device, a lifeline to those few he trusted. A coded message from his informant, Alejandro. Tonight, La Cueva, big deal, heavy guns. In the darkened depths of Guadalajara's Zona Rosa, Alejandro led Jack through a labyrinth of alleys bathed in the orange glow of flickering street lamps. The air was thick with the scent of roasted chilies, gasoline, and something else, something toxic. They arrived at a nondescript bar, a place that seemed abandoned except for the faint hum of conversation and the gleam of furtive eyes. Inside, shadows clung to every corner. The patrons were a mosaic of weary men, tattoos, and silent threats. Alejandro leaned close, whispering hurriedly. "They're meeting tonight at La Cueva," he whispered. "The shipment is big, probably enough to flood the border. El Sapo, the frog, is running the show now. He's ruthless, cunning, impossible to pin down." The nickname laced with irony, El Sapo was no frog, but a ruthless predator. Jack studied the faces around him, each hiding stories of survival, terror, and betrayal. The tense silence broke when a door swung open, and heavily armed men clad in black slid into the room, their movements fluid, predatory. In moments, Jack saw the signal. They were moving. That meant the shipment was underway. Suddenly, a soft crackle from Alejandro's radio shattered the quiet encrypted voice, urgent and clear. "You're too late, gringo. The deal's in motion. Cross your..." Over the next few days, Jack's investigation peeled back the layers of the cartel's empire. Each lead uncovered new horrors: trucks driven by terrified teenagers, corrupt officials turning blind eyes, churches and police stations riddled with cartel influence. His contact, Marta, a young woman with eyes sharp and haunted, became his most trusted conduit. She was one of the few who had dared escape the clutches of the cartel, and her story was a mirror reflecting the depth of its depravity. "They control everything," Marta whispered in a small, candlelit room. "When the shipments turn into money, they manipulate the police, bribe judges, buy silence. Many of my friends, honest men and women, are dead or disappeared." Her words cemented Jack's resolve. The cartel was an enormous, ruthless beast. Its tentacles reached into every corner of Guadalajara's society. Through her, he learned of El Sapo's true nature, a mastermind whose identity was hidden behind layers of fear, threats, and death. El Sapo's real name was whispered only in secret, an enigma, a ghost fighting to remain untouchable. But Jack's persistence uncovered another truth. The cartel's biggest operation was set for that very night. A massive shipment meant to flood the U.S. market and cement El Sapo's dominance. Betrayal within the law enforcement circle. The evening dawned cold and gray, the air thick with tension. Jack, hidden among the shadows, watched as the convoy of trucks crept into the outskirts of the city, heading toward the border. His team, concealed in the darkness, prepared their attack. As the convoy moved into the open, the silence suddenly shattered with a hail of bullets and ambush. Chaos unleashed in seconds. Gunfire echoed like the screams of a dying monster. Jack dodged searing bursts, firing back with precision and fury. Somewhere behind the chaos, a figure emerged: El Sapo, a towering, scarred man cloaked in menace. "You think you can stop what we've built?" El Sapo taunted, voice cold and cruel. "This is our land, our rule." Jack's voice was steady like the mountain peaks surrounding them. "Not anymore." In an epic clash, the two fought fists, guns, and grit. El Sapo was relentless, but Jack's skill broke through his defenses. A brutal, primal fight ensued amid the wreckage and fire. As the battle raged, a bomb exploded nearby, shrouding the scene in flames and dust. Jack seized the chaos, moving swiftly to dismantle the cartel's operation, securing evidence, arresting enforcers, and forcing the cartel's last stand. When dawn arrived, the aftermath revealed a shattered the city awoke anew, scarred but resilient. The cartel's network was fractured, yet the root of corruption remained deep in the soul of Guadalajara. Jack stood atop a hill, gazing at the sprawling town lit by the dawn. He received a letter from Marta, who had become a symbol of hope, someone working to rebuild her community from the ashes. Her words etched themselves into his mind. "The darkness will always try to return, but so will we. We are the light and we are no longer afraid." Jack's expression softened, a rare warmth shining through the exhaustion. The pursuit of justice was an endless dance, one step forward, some steps back, but always driven by the unwavering belief that change could happen. As he watched the sun spill its golden light over the terracotta roofs, he silently vowed he would keep fighting, because he knew that even in the realms of shadows, a spark of hope could ignite a flame fierce enough to illuminate the darkest night.